wouldn't believe it. We've gone and got a brand on the channel this week. Admittedly, they don't technically know about it. Still counts? Let me explain. Has anybody used the scans you shop thing? You walk around the store, you scan your items, you bag it up, and then when you get to the end, you scan it, you pay. It's brilliant, it's so much faster. You don't have to speak to another human, and they don't have to commentate on what you've bought. Oh, me and my husband use that lube now. Just give me my fucking shit! Anyway, a few weeks ago, I was shopping at my local Tesco, and when I got to the end of the shop, I scanned the machine, and everything just froze. Didn't know what the fuck was happening. I had to go through my entire shop, scan it again. It wound me up. So I decided to take action into my own hands. I wrote an email to the CEO of Tesco, Mr. Dave Lewis. I wrote, "Oi oi, what's up Dave? Gotta start professional, they know who they're dealing with then." I want to start this message by saying I'm a big fan of Tesco supermarkets. I've always had a cracking service and genuinely enjoyed my time in your shop. It's a little bit cringy, you've got to do a little bit of ass kissing before you get into the juicy stuff. If you want to know my ranking of supermarkets, it goes Tesco, Lidl, very cheap but no staff. Like seriously. What is up with that, Lidl, if you're watching? Number 3, Asda. Great hand dryers in the gents. Number 4, Morrison's. Number 5, Aldi. Number 6, Sainsbury's. Bloody Jamie Oliver. This is until recently. Unfortunately, you have moved down the pecking order to 3rd place between Asda and Morrison's, but we'll get to that. I want to set the scene first. I travel around South Wales fixing photocopiers. Because of this, I'm always looking for local stores to use the facilities, get a drink, and genuinely skive off. Please don't tell my boss about that. And Neil, if you're watching, it's just a joke, it doesn't really happen. Service stations are expensive, so I really appreciate the affordability and the close proximity to major transport links. Ass kissing bastard. Anyway, enough ass kissing. The reason for my complaint, or mild annoyance, is your most recent update to your self-checkout machines. Now I don't want you thinking I'm some old biddy who can't handle new technology, so I'm attaching a photo of myself riding a jet ski on my recent holiday to Tunisia. Great place by the way, you should look at opening a store there. And then I inserted this picture. Funnily enough, that's also the thumbnail of the video I posted. Go check that out. I'm a big fan of technology, and for the most part, in my opinion, newer equals better. That is until I tried using your new checkout scanners. I have to be honest, don't think I'm exaggerating here, but they are abysmal. Firstly, the design. The white background might look great and minimalistic. However, it's not very intuitive, unlike the last OS, which was a masterpiece, if I may say. I'll be honest though, after several uses, I think I've mastered it. Like I said, I'm in your stores a lot. That brings me to the main reason of my complaint. Actually using the scanner. Previously, I've never had a problem. Always scanned my items, paid and got out as fast as possible. Ignore the innuendo. With this latest update, everything is so much slower and laggy. What's the point of design if it doesn't function? For example, the other week after finishing my entire weekly shop, I got to the checkout, scanned the barcode and the whole thing froze. Just sat there, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, the member of staff who assisted me was lovely and very helpful. But to put it frankly, it was a pain in the ass. I had to rescan my entire weekly shop. If you were going to replace people with robots, at least make sure the bloody things work. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter. I hope you'll fix the problems and bring Tesco back up the leaderboard. Thanks for reading, I look forward to your reply. P.S. My club card number is, if you want to add a couple of points, I'm not going to complain. I gotta be honest, I wasn't really expecting a response. In fact, I was kind of hoping that they'd ignore me so I could send weekly updates to them. I wanted to send weekly updates to Dave, ask how the family is, how he is, making sure he hadn't forgotten about me. Basically, I wanted to write an email like the Eminem song, Stan. Dear Dave, I wrote 2 briefs to link calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my club card at the bottom. I sent 2 emails back in autumn. You must not have got them. There probably was a problem with IT or something. It's a little cringe there, innit? But you wouldn't believe it, the very next day, I received this reply. Dear Jamie, thank you for taking the time to write to Dave. We are looking into this email and will be in touch soon. For fuck's sake. It's a generic bot response. I was hoping to have a little bit of fun. At this point, I was gutted. The video was looking like it was in tatters. I wasn't even going to get to 10 minutes. But what about the title? But then the next day, I received this. Hello Jamie, thank you for taking the time to write an email to Dave Lewis. I've been asked to respond on his behalf. Somehow I can't imagine the CEO of Tesco actually going, you know what, I'm not reading this shit. Hey, love, reply with that. But hey, I don't know, maybe that's how it went. I'm very sorry to hear you're unhappy with the latest update to our self-scanners, which are causing them to be slow and often crashing. I can completely understand how inconvenient this must have been for yourself, and thank you for taking the time to bring this to our attention. I really appreciate your email. It did give me quite a giggle, and it was a lovely picture of yourself on holiday. This is a serious incident. This is not a laughing matter, no giggling. But yeah, the holiday was lovely. I wanted to give you a quick email to let you know we are looking into this with a self-checkout manager, Jason, to see if this has been a reoccurring issue and how we can help to resolve this for you. To help with this investigation, could you give us a little help? Just now, as I read that sentence, there was obviously a Tesco joke in there, every little helps. Why did I not see that earlier? She basically then went on to ask about what store I used and whether or not she could call me to discuss this in person. I couldn't believe they were taking me seriously. I sent them a photo of me on a bloody jet ski. So I wrote back, "Hello Eliza, nice to hear from you. I understand Dave is probably quite a busy guy, so I'm not surprised he's had to outsource the job elsewhere. It's nice to see Tesco hasn't replaced all of its staff with robots just yet. It's nice to see you've taken my complaint seriously. I bet Sainsbury's would have ignored me again." Bloody Jamie Oliver. Jason sounds like a man who knows what he's talking about. I trust he'll have no problem sorting the issue. I then told her the store, blah 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 blah. As per my last email, I was just wondering if you'd had the chance to discuss the possibility of opening a store in Tunisia. If so, I'll be wanting a slice of that pie. But I'm a reasonable man. I'm willing to take 10%. Also willing to negotiate. There is no need to get a blood-sucking solicitor involved. You can certainly call me if you want, but not too often. I don't want my girlfriend getting jealous. P.S. I also have some interesting thoughts on the handwriting of the gens if you're interested. She did call me the next day, but nothing really interesting happened. She said she thought my emails were funny. I laughed awkwardly. Fucking bottled it, really. A few days went by and I received this email. "Dear Jamie, thank you for your continued patience and I hope you are doing well. I thought I'd give you a quick update into the investigation while this is still being investigated into. I have no official update, sadly." Well, that's not an update then, is it? You can't say, "I'm just giving you an update." There is no update. I once again have changed this matter up and asked for when we can expect an update or a resolution, or a timescale of this. I do wish there was more to add, but I wanted to keep you in the loop with our investigation. Enjoy the rest of your day. Kind regards, Liza. So again, I wrote back, "What's happening, Liza? How's the fam?" Just thought I'd mention, my agent has been in contact and told me Asda are very interested in signing me. I rejected Sainsbury's straight away. Bloody Jamie Oliver. I do hope this business can be sorted for August 31st, transfer deadline day. I'm very confident we can put this behind us and can continue shopping for this great team shop. P.S. Any word about the Tunisia store? I'm not going to be a happy customer until I can get a store opened in Tunisia. So another few days passed and I received another email. "Thank you for sending in your reply and I appreciate your continued patience. I hope you're having a lovely day." I was. Thank you. I have a slight update to the situation for you. Jason and his team have informed us that they're investigating into this issue with the stores that you mentioned, so we can see why this has happened and what we can do to fix this. While they have no further information to add at this time, they have told me that live issues, masters like myself, are the team's top priority, and they do apologise that these investigations take some time. They have told me as soon as they have any further updates, they will be in touch with myself. In regards to a possible store in Tunisia, if you would really like this to happen, if you really want this to happen, I can imagine this poor woman. She's working her arse off, right? And then you're dealing with this knobhead, asking about opening a store in Africa. Just because I went on bloody holiday there. If you really want this to happen, we would need you to contact our head of office by phone or put in your request in writing. While I can't confirm that this will happen, it will be taken into consideration. I think that's a lie, to be honest. I think they'd read that message and go, fuck it, straight in the shredder. However, we do have some stores overseas. So next time you're on holiday or planning one, let us know and we can check. So next time you're on holiday or planning one, let us know and we can check if there's a store there. What a hero. I hope that this helps and I will be back in touch soon. If you have any questions or queries in the meantime, please do let me know and I'll be more than happy to help. Have a lovely weekend. Kind regards, Liza. What a lovely woman. So I decided to be an arsehole and a few days later I responded, "Dear Liza, I'd write you today with a heavy heart. I really have to apologise because I've messed up and pray for your forgiveness. 2 days ago I was stuck in the middle of Newport, miles away from my nearest Tesco. I had to pop into an Asda store. I felt racked with guilt ever since, and I can only hope yourself and Tesco can forgive me. I promise it was a one-time thing, and it won't happen again. It wasn't anything you've done, but simply the actions of my weak-mindedness. I really needed a cold drink. I really don't feel I deserve the top priority spot you mentioned, but really appreciate it and hope we can look past my recent misdemeanor. Thank you for the information regarding the Tunisia store. I'll be sure to get in contact with them. It's great to see you have other stores overseas. I'll be sure to get back in touch when it comes to booking my next holiday. I'm sure you'll agree that close proximity to your preferred supermarket is one of the most important factors when it comes to booking holidays. P.S. Asda self-service machines are even worse than yours. And you wouldn't believe it, before she'd had the chance to reply, I'd gone and done my weekly shop and yet again let down by faulty equipment. So I sent another message to Liza. "Hello Liza, how's the weekend going? Very excited to contact you this evening. I've just finished my weekly shop and couldn't wait to message you." I say just finished, it was a few hours ago, but I'm a busy-ish man. "I was shopping in my local store today using the self-scanner. Once I had finished my shop, I tried scanning the machine to transfer my items over, but it would not connect. I tried this on several machines and it would not work. I had to take my shop to an actual cashier and communicate with another human. As you can imagine, this experience has scarred me. P.S. Nothing else to add, but I like to keep things consistent." I'm nothing if not consistent, to be fair. Usually consistently a knobhead, but hey, I'll take it. She then replied, "Hello Jamie, Thank you for taking the time to send over your emails. I'm very sorry to hear that you had an issue once again with our self-scanners. While I can completely understand how inconvenient this must have been, I'm very grateful for the time you have taken to let me know about this, and I do hope this experience hasn't scarred you too much. I've passed this information over to Jason once again, and while at this moment I do not have any updates for you, I do believe this will be helpful for him to know. Look at that. I'm a helpful sod, aren't I? As for your recent slip-up, not to worry about it. I know how hot it's been recently and would rather you were able to get a cold drink when you needed it, and I completely forgive you for this. What a girl. A good way to look at it would be that we are now even. Nah, mate. Not having that. Fucking even. I bought one bastard cold drink. 2 separate occasions that these fucking scanners have not worked. 2. So I jumped straight back into the emails. What's happening, Liza? Thank you for your concern. I'm thankful to say I've almost fully recovered. After spending an hour and a half with a therapist yesterday, she thinks I'll be back to normal within the next few weeks. I appreciate the forgiveness. Well, I'm not keeping scores or anything, but technically it's 2-1. I'm definitely keeping scores. I've just come out of one of your Tesco Extra stores in Swansea, and may I say what a lovely setup that store has. The cold drink and bakery section in close proximity to the entrance, which made my visit much quicker than I anticipated. Plenty of Pepsi Max stored in the fridge. Bloody lovely. I also had the chance to use your self-scanners, and you wouldn't believe it, but they worked! What a breeze, wasn't slow or laggy in the slightest. Fantastic. What I did notice though, was the hardware was actually different from previous stores I'd visited. Perhaps this could be our problem? That's right, Swansea stores have different self-scanners to the Valleys. Well, I'm fucking disgusted. How typical that we get all the shit. She then responded, right. So at this point, my camera decided it was going to overexpose my face for the rest of the video. Sorry about that. Hope you enjoy. Leave a like. Thank you for sending in your reply. I hope you're having a lovely day. We got a connection now, see. It's nice to see that you're returning to your usual self. I could tell this affected you as you forgot to add your usual PS at the bottom of your emails. I just run out of things to say. It's also lovely to hear that you had a pleasant experience in our Swansea Extra store. This is just a quick update to the investigation for you. While I have not had any further responses from the team, as they are still investigating into this matter, however I'm afraid I have some news for you. I will be out of the office as of today on holiday, so I'll be passing this matter over to my colleague David. I will update him on what's been happening, and I've asked Jason's team to contact him further if needed, and David will be in touch with you soon. Well, that came as quite a shock to me, I've got to be honest. I don't think she went on holiday. I think she just got fed up of dealing with me and thought, fuck it, he can deal with it. So again, I wrote, yes, exactly. The experience scarred me so much is that all of my creativity. Well, frankly, I'm devastated. I do hope you enjoy your holiday though. I'll assume Tesco is sending you on a scouting trip to Tunisia to scout out potential store locations. I warn you, it's bloody hot. I trust David will be as helpful and forthcoming as yourself in dealing with this matter. As I'm sure he's aware, it is of the utmost importance. P.S. I still want a slice of that pie if the scouting trip is successful. Unfortunately, I didn't hear off Liza again. Instead, David sent this. Good afternoon, Jamie. As promised, one for Liza has now passed this complaint over to myself. Hopefully, we can work together to reignite your legendary creative spark. Not a great start from you, Dave. I'm not gonna lie to you, pal. Too much ass kissing for my liking. I will endeavour to update you as soon as I have more information, and of course, I will aim to just be as helpful and forthcoming as Liza. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to get in touch. I'll do my best to assist you further. Kind regards, David. My legendary creative spark. That's a whole new level of ass kissing I've never dealt with before. So again, I sent this. A legendary creative spark, you say? I see my reputation precedes me. That would be fantastic. If you have any ideas, please feel free to message me. Perhaps for my next move, I could complain about Jamie Oliver to Sainsbury's. He ruined school dinners, boys. What can I say? Endeavour, you say? No need for the fancy words with me, mate. I save that for the Sandras of the world. You know, those kind of person that would complain about the Chardonnay. I hope you'll be more helpful than the David I work with. Excuse my French, but that bloke is a prick. I don't have any additional questions, but I do have some pretty interesting thoughts on the hand dryers and the gents if you're interested. Genuinely got some bloody interesting points on the hand dryers, like, but no fucker wants to know. So the next day, I received this response. Sadly, I'm still waiting to hear anything back from the team in question. However, I've chased this up with the boss today. See if I can speed things up a bit for you. Fuck me. They're bringing in the big guns now. The bloody boss. I'll leave you to judge how helpful I can be once I've managed to get to the bottom of this for you. I'll get the bad news out the way for now though, and let you know it doesn't look like we'll be opening any store in Tunisia anytime soon. Fucking disgusting. I'm furious. Obviously, Tesco don't care about the African market. That's right, you heard it, you've heard. Tesco's racist. I should probably add a little disclaimer here and say that was completely a joke. I do not represent Tesco in any way, shape or form. And never will I, apparently. Dave continues. Any feedback is always appreciated. So if you have some interesting thoughts on the hand dryers and the gents, I would certainly advise that they are better out than in. Pardon my pun. That is god awful. I didn't respond for a few days because it took me that long to recover from that pun. But this is the response I said. Apologies for the delayed reply. As I'm sure you can imagine, the guy who spends his free time emailing supermarkets is extremely busy. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very gutted. I thought Tunisia would have been a brilliant place to set up shop. Perhaps I should look at opening a supermarket over there. Can I ask, is the name Tesco trademarked in Africa? I don't want to seem harsh, but that was an awful pun. Leave the jokes to me. Now it's the time for the hand dryers. Now listen closely because this is exceptional. Well, first things first, why have different hand dryers in every store? Don't Tesco care about the OCD sufferers amongst us? Surely it would make logical sense to have the same facilities in every store. In my experience, the vast majority of hand dryers in your stores have the blowing capacity of an asthmatic mouse who's run a marathon in the baking midday heat. Slight exaggeration, but you get my point. But I don't like to moan without providing a solution. As a fellow man, I'm sure you can agree that the best hand dryers on the market are the Dyson Airblade range. Although I don't know the cost of these, I'll leave the finances up to someone more qualified. You can't put a price on quality and the happiness of your customers. Failing that, the Air Force or Accelerator dryers are pretty decent. You need a hand dryer with a good amount of blow. Now that's a pun for you. He then responded again, "Thanks for your continued patience. I'm sorry you're disappointed with our lack of interest in the Tunisian market at this time. Bastards. I certainly would advise against using the Tesco name, but I'm confident a man of your intellectual quality," he really doesn't know me, "has more than enough ideas bouncing around for a great supermarket name." I gotta be honest, I did sense a bit of sarcasm there. I have a bit of good news for you today. We have a breakthrough on the system issue causing the slow and laggy issues with our systems. They managed to isolate the issue and have developed a fix for this, which will be trialled in a number of stores this week. Providing there are no issues with this update, it will be rolled out nationwide within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, ending your nightmare. I fixed Tesco, boys. I fixed Tesco! Can you fucking believe it? I just wanted a video idea. Fucking incredible. David continues, "With regards to the hand dryers, we continue reinvesting into our business by improving facilities in our stores. From my point of view, as a slightly larger chap, the ideal hand dryer makes the skin on the back of your hand ripple due to the strength of the airflow. It certainly is a strange sensation, however. I enjoy trying to create skin tsunamis while drying my hands." Dave, I think you're trying too hard. Give it back to Liza, mate. Fuck it, just give it back. As I'm sure you can imagine though, refitting nearly 4,000 stores all at once would be a costly task, so we are slowly working our way around to improving stores bit by bit. This may mean you have to put up with a few more asthmatic mice for a bit longer though. Just not good enough, is it? I fear this may now be an impasse for us, unless you have any further information. However, I can honestly say that it's been a pleasure to assist you. The pleasure was all mine. Just before I received this email, I was actually about to message him myself. "Hello David, cracking timing. I was about to email you myself. Don't worry, I haven't got any other problems with malfunctioning technology, but I've just been informed transfer deadline day is actually this Thursday. I can't believe I fucked that up. So I'm glad we can finally put this issue behind us, and I'm happy to put pen to paper for a further 3-year deal. I can imagine it would be quite costly. As I'm a thoughtful gent though, I'll send an email to Mr. Dyson, see if I can sort something out for you. I'll be back in touch soon. I fear this may be an end of the road for us as well. I hope the next time we cross paths isn't on the brutal Tunisian superstore market. I will destroy you without a second's thought." Sorry, nothing personal, just business. Could you end by telling us a joke? PS, subscribe to JTTV. I seen my chance and I went for it, especially after the week I've had. Apparently completely changing the content you make has a negative effect. I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting another response. I thought they might take that as a joke. But I did actually receive one more email from Dave. "I'm glad to hear you'll be sticking around, as I don't know how we'd be the best without you. Flattery will get you everywhere. I will pass on your regards to Liza. However, I think I'll leave the joke telling to you. It has become abundantly clear that you are far superior in that field to myself. So I feel it would only tarnish the legacy we have built together." Oh, fucking hell. You can smell the sarcasm, can't you? "I bid you farewell and wish you many happy holidays in Tunisia. Kind regards, David." Well, fair play. What a legend. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. But you bore me now. I'll see you in the next one.